Hello students, let us discuss some more examples on unit load method. Now in this case we are having another structure, that is A, B, C, D, E, right? And in this structure two loads are there. One is 10 kilonewton which is situated at B point. The direction is right hand side direction and the position is 2 meter from A and 2 meter from C. Another load is here, that is 20 kilonewton load, that is acting, both the loads are point load, and this load is acting at D point, downward direction. The position is 1.5 meter from C and 1.5 meter from E. Now in this example we need to find out, the deflection of point E, that is the free point, the free end. We need to find out what is the deflection in horizontal and vertical direction, right? That means what are the deflection horizontally and vertically of this particular point. Now to do so, obviously let us first of all find out the vertical displacement. Let us first of all find out the vertical one, right? Now to do so, what we can do, we know the equation, that is we need to find out the bending moment of each and every section, right, for the given load, that is the capital M, and we need to find out the bending moment due to the virtual load, that is the unit load at the particular point, at a particular direction in which we need to find out the deflection. Now in the first case we are wanting to find out the vertical displacement, right? So for the first case we need to assume our unit load is acting obviously at point E, but the direction will be the downward direction, that is 1 kilonewton. This will be the load, and all the points A, B, C, D and E are there, right? Now let us first of all discuss this one, then we will come to the next case. So if we consider this case, we need to find out what are the reactions. First of all, what are the reactions coming over there? Obviously one reaction will be in this direction, one reaction will be in this direction. In this case also one reaction will be in this direction, another reaction will be in this direction. Whatever direction you choose, the value will be 0. But in this case, if we do the whole calculation from the free end, we need not to find out these reactions, as because this will not affect. However, you can find out the values from simply summation of fx equals to 0 and summation of fy equals to 0. If you use these two equations, you will be getting the values of the reactions over there and over there also. Now let us form the table what actually we have done in our earlier cases. Now if we consider portions, what will be the portions from this end? If we are finding out, first portion will be ED, second portion we can say that will be DC, next one is CB, another one is DA, right? 4 portions we can take. In these 4 portions we need to find out the bending moments. Now Suppose for the first case, for the all cases, let us first of all fix what is the origin. For this case, let us take the origin as E, as because if we consider from this side, it will be helpful. You can easily see. Origin of BC as D, origin of BC, CV, whatever, as C, and this as B. Now those are the origins. Now what will be the limits of all those sections? Limits for ED, obviously ED, we can see the limit. If this is the origin, we need to integrate our bending moments from 0 to this point, that is 1.5. So the limit will be from 0 to 1.5. In this case also from 0 to 1.5, as because our origin is D and we need to integrate from D to C, that is 1.5. This origin will be BC origin will be equals to 0 to 2. This is also will be 0 to 2. Right. Now what will be our bending moment due to actual load? What will be our bending moment equations for all portions for the given load? Let us consider first case, that means the ED section. Now if you consider ED section, and if you take any section X, then at this point what will be, forget about the rest part, as because our origin is E, we have to consider from E and we are cutting the section as X. What will be the bending moment over there? Obviously up to this part the load, there is no external loads, so obviously the equation will be same. That is why we have chosen these 4 sections, as because in this section the bending moment will be same, the bending moment equation will be same. For this portion the bending moment equation will be same, as because there are no further loads. For this will be same, this will be same. That is why we have chosen. So if we consider first one, that is if we consider this one, this section, what will be the bending moment over there? As because we are not having any kind of load, so our bending moment for this portion will be equals to 0, right? Now if you consider one section over there, and from the origin of this CD section, from the origin this is situated at a distance X, forget about this, we are now considering the next portion. So for this portion origin is D and we are cutting a section X from D. Then what will be the bending moment? Forget about all this. The only load acting here is the point load 20 kilonewton, that is this one. From this portion, for this portion there are no other loads, so the bending moment will be due to this load, and obviously the load multiplied by the distance will be the bending moment over there. So we can say that in DC portion our bending moment will be equals to minus 20x. Now why we are writing minus? As because this is hogging bending moment, right? We have already discussed that we have to write positive for the sagging one and negative for the hogging bending moment. So for this hogging bending moment we are writing this. So obviously this will vary with the distance, as because the bending moment is dependent on the value of x. So this will vary from this to this point, and ultimately at this point we will be getting the value of bending moment is 20 multiplied by 1.5, that is 30. So at this point we will be getting the bending moment due to this load is 30 kilonewton, right? Now consider the next one. Forget about last two cases. Cut a section over there. Cut a section over there, and our new origin is C. Now we are taking a section from C at a distance of x. Right? Now in this case, what will be the bending moment? Forget about this part. Only consideration is this. Now if you cut this section, the only load acting in the race part is this load, 20 kilonewton, and due to this 20 kilonewton, the moment will be generated is equals to 20 multiplied by the distance from the point, that is 1.5, right? So 20 multiplied by 1.5, this will be the bending moment. So obviously you can see for this portion the bending moment is not dependent on the value of x. So throughout CD the bending moment will be same, and the value will be minus 30 minus 30. Why minus? Same, as because we are getting a fogging bending, right? Okay. For the next case, BA, that means forget about all the three parts. Now we are considering this portion, and we are taking one section at a distance x from our origin, and in this case our origin is P. Now if you take this section, forget about this section, so what will be the bending moment? The bending moment will be because of two loads. One is 20 kilonewton load and another is 10 kilonewton load. For 20 kilonewton load, you can easily see the bending moment at this point will also be same, that is 20 multiplied by the distance, that is 1.5, that is 30 kilonewton meter. So due to this load the bending moment will be same, but this load is coming to the picture right now, and this will be having some effect. How much? This will give 10 multiplied by the distance, that is the x. So we can say that yes, because of this load the bending moment will be 30 throughout the section, this BA section, but due to this load 10 kilonewton, extra load will be coming to picture, and this will vary from 0 to 2, and it will be dependent on the value of x. So for this section our bending moment equation will be equals to 30 due to the 20 kilonewton load minus 10 into x, right? As because if you consider this portion, this is also clockwise and this is also clockwise, right? So both the moments will be in negative sign. Now if you consider this one, and if we want to find out what will be the moment due to the unit load, so the moment due to the unit load, that will be small m, right? So for the first case, ED section, if you cut a section over there and take a section x at a distance x from E, our origin is E, so we are taking a section x. What will be the bending moment? Forget about all the parts. What will be the bending moment? The bending moment will be equals to 1 multiplied by the distance, that is x. So for this part, this will be minus 1 multiplied by x, right? Now in the next case, what we are getting, if we consider the next case, that is this, forget about this portion, our new section is CD section, and if we consider any section at a distance x from our origin, that is D, then what will be the bending moment? Now look at this picture. If you cut a section, so this is 1 kilonewton, this is our point G, and we are taking a section at x distance from D. Now what is the picture over there? The only moment will be due to this load, and what will be the value? This load multiplied by the distance. And what is the distance? From there to E point, we know this is 1.5, as because this is given 1.5, so this is 1.5 plus x, this is the total distance. So for this case, our bending moment will be minus 1.5 plus x multiplied by 1. Yes, unit load. Now if you consider the section at CD portion, suppose we are taking a section over there, we are cutting a section at a distance x from C, and this is our D and this is our E, where unit load is acting. So what will be the load? What will be the bending moment over there? The bending moment will be 1 multiplied by this distance. What is the distance? 1.5 and 1.5, so 3 multiplied by 1, and obviously you can see that this bending moment doesn't depend on the value of x. So throughout CB, wherever the B portion is, throughout the CB, the value of bending moment will be same, that is 3. So for this case, we are getting minus 3 multiplied by 1, right? And for the last case, if you consider, that is point load at E, this is our D, this is C, this is B, and from B we are taking a section at a distance x. Then what will be the moment? So in this case, at B a load is there. No, sorry, we are not having any kind of load, as because the only load will be equals to this one. We are not having any kind of load, as because only load in this case is this one, the unit load. So for this unit load, the bending moment over there will be again the same, that is this load multiplied by the distance, that is 3, right? So again for this portion, this will be 3 multiplied by minus 3 multiplied by 1. So for all the portions we have got the value of m and the capital M and value of small m. Now if we integrate, then obviously we will be getting the deflection value in the vertical direction, right? Deflection value in the vertical direction, and this we can say this is basically nothing but, as because in this case EI is not given, so we can consider EI is throughout the structure the EI value is constant. So we can write this, the deflection vertical wise, in the deflection in vertical direction is 1 by EI integration of all these parts capital M into small m into dx, right? So for the first portion we can say this is equals to whatever the limit is. The limit was 1.5 from 0 to 1.5, but the whole figure is that our bending moment capital M is equals to 0. So the first portion, for the first portion we are getting a value of 0, plus for the second portion, DC portion, what is the limit? Integration of limit is 0 to 1.5, right? 0 to 1.5. And in this portion we are having the capital M is equals to 20x in minus, and we are having this is also in minus, so we can say minus positive, so we can write 20x, right, multiplied by the small m, that is 1.5 plus x, right, dx. Likewise we can write for the third portion limit 0 to 2, as because our limit is 0 to 2, 30 and 3 both are in minus, so we can write 90 dx, plus for the last portion 0 to 2 limit, and our capital M is this and small m is this, so if we multiply we can get 90 plus 30x, clear, dx, obviously this into dx, right? So up to this clear? Now if we integrate simply and put the value of x equal to this, we will be getting the value. Let me write first of all, then I will show. Now in this case what we are doing, we are simplifying this one. We are just multiplying with this and this portion, we are getting this, right? Simply this portion will remain same, this portion is also will be remain same, right? After integrating we are getting 30x, so this integration will be 30x square by 2 plus this x square 20x square, so this will be 20x cube by 3, and the limit will be 0 to 1.5. This will be having 90x 0 to 2, and this is 90x, and for this portion we will be getting 30x x square by 2, and limit is from 0 to 2. Now if you put the value of x equals to 1.5 over there, x equals to 2 over there, and x equals to 2 over there, you will be getting this value, and ultimately the vertical displacement you will be getting this value, right? So this is about the vertical displacement. Now for the horizontal displacement, what should we do? Actually for horizontal displacement, obviously we need to apply the unit load in the direction of the displacement. The displacement we need to find out. In this case we need to find out the displacement at the horizontal direction, so we need to apply the unit load in the horizontal direction. That is, we need to apply the unit load in suppose this direction, as because first of all we are suppose assuming our displacement will be in this direction, so we are assuming in this direction. If our assumption is wrong, we will be getting this in negative, our displacement will be in negative. So let us consider that our displacement will be in right hand side direction, so we are applying a load, unit load, horizontally, right? Now all the portions will be there, that is E, G, C, B and A. Likewise, if we find out the capital M for the given load, the given load is there. For this given load, even if we need to find out the capital M for the all the portions, that is A, B, B, C, C, D, if we find out, we will be getting simply all the values like this one. Our difference will be this value, small m. Let me write down first, then I will explain. Now look at the table. What the table is saying? All the four portions, that is portion, limit, origin and capital M, that is bending moment due to the external load, will be same. Only difference will be the small m for this portion. So for small m, if you consider ED portion, that is ED, the load is acting through the point, so there is no lever, there is no distance between the point and the application of the load. So the bending moment due to this load at any section ED will be equals to 0. Similarly, at any portion DC, as because the load acting through the points, so the load due to this the bending moment due to this load will be equals to 0. So for this portion will be getting 0. For this BC section, if you cut any section and from C you are taking x distance, the bending moment due to this load will be 1 multiplied by x, and so we are writing minus x, and if you take any distance x from B, so this will be equals to 1 multiplied by this distance, that is 2 plus x. So that is why we are getting x plus 2, right? Now let us see the integration part. In integration part, we can see the first two parts will be equals to 0, as because first part capital M and small m are 0. Second part small m was 0. In third part, we will be getting capital M multiplied by the small m, we are getting this. Capital M multiplied by small m, we are getting this. If we simplify this, we will get this value, right? After simplifying this, we can get this value. The integration for this portion will be simply x cube by 3, x square by 2 and x. And for this portion we will get 30 x square by 2. If we put the value of x equals to 2 over there, x equals to 0 to 2 over there, we will get, sorry, not in this portion, we will put this portion after integration. If we put the value of 0 to 2 over there, then we will get the value of our horizontal displacement is this, and we are getting in positive sign, so obviously our assumption of the direction about the direction of the deflection was correct, right? So that is how we can find out this displacement for this sort of structure also. Thank you.